So, some of the most important lessons that I took away from this course were, first of all, a lot of the concepts that came from the Johnson and Dressler textbooks. Um, but I think the main thing for me was working in a team that you don't meet with ever. You only communicate via GroupMe and Canvas. That was something that was hard for me in the beginning, because I think it's a lot easier to communicate when you're able to be face to face with your teammates and everything. I also found that this course kind of helps you identify how to handle different strengths and weaknesses, um, especially when you're just working like through the computer and everything. You're kind of able to understand your teammates, what they're really good at better, and where they could improve. One thing that was really important for me was meeting the deadlines, and I think some people maybe struggled with that sometimes, but I think it's just important when you're working in a team together to understand that you are a team and you need to meet the deadlines with your whole team. So, with that being said, how I would apply some of these lessons that I learned to future jobs or projects. I think there are definitely a lot of concepts that we learn that can be applied to any job or any project or class or anything. Something that I always do kind of is when I have a meeting with my boss or there's an interview, I talk about how important it is for me to understand the different styles of leadership and understand your followers since you're working together. Um, Being able to understand what kind of leader that you're working with, that way you can work better with them, is really important, I think. And then kind of just being a follower, like how that plays a big role into it as well. Being a good listener, being respectful, understanding backgrounds and different cultures and all that, dealing with ethical issues or anything. Um, some of the strengths that I took. Sorry, my dog ran away. Hank! Sorry. Some of the strengths that I took from the text are how to be a better communicator, especially because our class was specifically online and we never ever got to meet up together. And definitely understanding what to do when you're faced with ethical issues in the workplace. There are many different ways of handling this, and I think the Dessler and Johnson texts were a good source for being able to understand that. And then also, I think the biggest takeaway from this for me was understanding the normative leadership theories, because understanding that there are a variety of different kinds of leaders is crucial, I think, because if you don't really understand that people prefer to lead in a different way or a different style, then you might, think poorly of them or, not really know how to handle a situation. So understanding the transformational, servant, aesthetic, all of those, I think is important as well. But altogether, I think the way that this class was set up, with there being supervisors for a certain week and the followers, was definitely something different, and it took some time to get used to, but it kind of tied everything together and was helpful in teaching me different lessons and concepts and putting concepts from the book to use. So, yep, those are my lessons and what I got out of the class, I suppose.